Hi, welcome to the course 10 Steps to Consider When Planning Your Job Search Strategy. It is a brief self-paced mini course from the book 101 Strategic Job Search Marketing Tools. It is a strategy plan to just get you started on the different tools that are needed at the beginning of your job search before you begin to interview. Some may already know the tools, some may be veterans at it, some may need to have a quick over or do over to get them rejuvenated again. And for those of us coming out of high school, still in high school, first job, stay at home, going back to work, planning to hit the pavement after any setbacks or breaks you may have taken, this is the course to take to get you started. Let's begin. Remember, this is an interactive course. Please use your mouse, your remote, or smartphone to click within the panel to reveal hidden answers. It is a complete job search strategy mindset change. Strategy is, I believe that we as job seekers are just like a product that a company creates and design with the consumer in mind. And with that designing of the product, there is what goes in it, the product or service, what is the appeal of it, what are the benefits of it, what will the customer get from it or the consumer get from it. The appeal meaning the actual packaging on the outside to get you to buy it. How does that compare to the actual job seeker, in which I'll use the terminology job search marketing, and then you have business marketing. How the two are very similar, whereas if you are a job seeker, you too have to present your package, what's inside of you, what you've already experienced, what jobs you have already performed, the duties, those become your assets. They can be physical assets that you can see, like the hard work that you do at a company, or typing, or 50 words a minute, where an actual employer or a supervisor can see your work. Hidden talents or hidden assets are those that are in your brain that you also must market. How does a job seeker market that information? They do so by creating job search marketing tools, for instance, resumes, cover letters. They present it in interviews. It is how you look when you go on your job interview. Is overall how you present yourself to the hiring manager in order for them to purchase what you are selling. That hitting the assets, those degrees, the certifications, the other accomplishments that you have acquired. Presenting yourself can be either on paper and in person. Today, with social media, we're presenting ourselves in video resumes, virtual events, and other forms of communications or venues in order to get hired. A company, remember, package the goods to sell to a consumer, and you also are packaging your assets, your goods for sale. And where do we sell it? At the marketplace. What is the marketplace? For a job seeker, that again, that's the virtual job fairs, in-person job fairs, interviews, workshops, seminars, that type of thing. On the other hand, with the business or the company that's creating, for instance, let's say shampoo, and they are marketing what color bottle would appeal to a 50-year-old. What color bottle would appeal to a kid when he walks past, and have his mom or have that child grab that particular product so that he can get his mom to buy it. Why? Because he's holding on to it because it appeals to him or her. We do that as well as job seekers. And so that is a similarity and a strategy that I use with my customers or my clientele to get them to understand how they must hit the payment. I don't care if the job seeker has a job already, or if they haven't been to work in a while, or have gotten plenty of positions in the past. We are dealing with a new job or workforce. We are dealing also with a new way to get hired and apply for positions. So I'm going to go ahead and begin the course. Again, this is the 10 steps to consider when planning your job search strategy. The main menu. In Module 1, we will go over step-by-step job search strategy, which is a flow chart. Module 2, we will go over job search marketing tools. Module 3, the action plan. Module 4, we'll go over step 1. Module 5, step 6. Module 6, step 3. Module 7, step 4. Module 8, step 5. Module 9, step 6. Module 10, step 7. Module 11, step 8. Module 12, step 9. Module 13, step 10. And in Module 14, you will have a brief assessment in which you can either print or write out your answers, pause the Roku device, pause the active course, and complete the assessment. Remember, this is a mini course, and the full course is at LMJohnson Coaching for a more extensive way to job search. We go over a lot more things. We venture into different subjects that are not presented in this course here. And I recommend that you take it upon yourself to get that course and get started with it. In Module 15, we will go over, and let's begin. Step by step. Here in the flow chart, you will see where the beginning of the first chart item or the shape, the red one where you see you. Beneath it, you will see where it is recommended that you create a clear career search plan or a clear job search plan. After that, if you have the ability, meet with a certified professional resume writer. They will help you to devise a strategic plan if you do not know how, or unwilling to, or not in the mood to create it yourself. Then create and print resumes and cover letters, your follow-up letters, any other documents that you create for your job search. And remember, resumes and cover letters are tailor-made to the industry, the title, the hiring manager, the position you're applying for. They are tailor-made. The next step would be to download apps and other online workshops or information so that you have the ability to juggle the information that you have. For instance, you use Google Maps, you download it, you navigate and research and then navigate where the company is that you would like to work for. It is in your best interest to devise a plan about how far you're willing to travel, how long it will take you to get there, despite weather, despite conditions, despite uh, transportation, whether it's public or personal. This type of information is necessary. There are other apps for creating, resumes and other documents by the use of Microsoft Word or Adobe Reader. There's also places where you can store your resume, and those type of devices are useful, helpful, and something that I do recommend you, uh, bringing into your job search. After that, I recommend that you meet with a career coach. Usually a resume writer have dual certifications and dual hats where they coach the job seeker with finding employment. Next, you're going to review interview tips and techniques and learn how to mock interview. That is physically standing in front of a mirror, looking at your facial gestures, looking at the best hairstyle, makeup, mastering your makeup, looking for any flaws, lint, um, anything that could, cause an interviewer to be staring at you while you're giving an interview. So you're going to also mock with the fit and the style of your interview apparel. Look at how it looks on you. See how it feels and fit on you. Try out those shoes. See if they match. See if they need polishing and cleaning. If the heels are leaning to the side, you want to do something about it. Some of us sometimes do not have shoes. We have to borrow or wear what we have. So you're going to clean those up and make sure that the shoes that you do use for the interview are, at least clean them up. Next, you will determine ways to distribute your job search marketing tools. Distribution of job search marketing tools can come in the form of today with social media, the use of social media, email. Number one right now for distribution methods of job search marketing tools is by email. In the past, it used to be that you walk with your resume in your hand, you knock on the glass window. Actually, take that back. You take the sign out of the glass window, you head in, and you sell yourself to get that position. Snail mail is another way to distribute your job search marketing tools, as well as hand delivery. Remember to submit your job search marketing tools in the format that the hiring manager requested, and you'll know that by either speaking with them or in the job description for when you apply or look over the job that you are interested in. After interviewing, after distributing your documents, you're going to follow up. So we're going to go in two avenues here. Follow up with an interview, follow up with the actual distribution of your job search marketing tools. If you distribute job search marketing tools physically or at an interview, you are going to create a thank you letter, a follow-up letter. The thank you letter stresses how you feel about the interview. You're going to put in the body of the letter beginning with thanking them for having met with them, what day you met with them, the position that you applied for, and that you are still interested in the position. You can give them a synopsis of uh, your accomplishments again, so that it is a reminder, but you're going to thank them for the interview. A follow-up letter is very similar. You're following up with finding out if uh, there are any other positions, if the position is still available, that you are interested. You're going to let them know in these two types of specialized letters. Also, you're going to document all feedback, as well as how and when you distributed your job search marketing tools, as well as interview. You want to see what your progress is, how long it took a specific employer, hiring manager to contact you after distributing the resume and cover letter or whatever other documents, how long it took them to contact you for an interview, how long before that you need to get back and hit the pavement for applying for positions, how many documents did you submit, which documents were they? Were they a specialized resume directed towards that particular company, directed towards that particular hiring manager? What is it that you are following up on? It's very important that you do follow up, so that you have a legend of what did and did not work for you. You're also going to use social media for your job search. You're going to go online, create profiles for different job search companies, resume or job search marketing tools distribution companies. You're going to utilize social media to research the companies and the hiring managers. You are going to utilize social media to find new jargon, research the duties, the job search strategies. You are going to pound social media. You are going to look for jobs. You're going to hunt. You're going to work it as if job hunting or job searching as if it is a business. Oftentimes, in the frame of mind that I utilize throughout my job search or job hunt, and that was to determine that job hunting was a business. I separated street life, I separated home life from the job hunt, and I attacked it and I approached it as if it was a business. It was a job for me to job hunt. I recommend that you do so as well. That means whatever tasks, whatever steps, whatever tips and techniques, you devise a plan and you stick to that plan in order to make that business work. So let's start from finish. Of course, there are going to be, hiccups in the middle of it. No plan is 100% perfect, but you have to devise a plan to know where you're going. Also, you're going to attend networking events of job fairs, and you're going to keep doing it. And it's a repeat cycle for each time that you apply for a position. This is the 101 Strategic Job Search Flow Plan. It is a step-by-step plan, and it is recommended. Remember that you need job search marketing tools. Use the mouse to click your hidden answers. And the first one is resume. You will also need a cover letter, a reference sheet, thank you letter and a follow-up letter, salary history for negotiation, other resumes like video resumes, networking cards, career coaching, and your elevator pitch. Interview tips, techniques, and mock practice. There are two of the tools that I wanted to go over later in extensive form and format, and that would be the salary history and elevator pitch. We begin with the salary history. Remember, you're researching your job descriptions. With researching the job description for that particular employer or for the industry, you are going to review the salary history. What is the minimal salary for that position? Then you research for the number of years or your tenure, and that would be your salary, and you add more and you demand more or you request more with your benefits, with your hidden assets. When you sell yourself in the interview, what they can't see on paper, that's how you begin to negotiate your worth, your assets, and your value. Now, the elevator pitch. Very, very important. Right now, none of us are really getting on the elevator or in a crowded space. But for those of us who are going back to work at some point, who are still getting on elevators, you can work in a hospital and they just lost an employee. The employee quit, no longer wants to come back in. And you are in the elevator with the hiring manager and she runs it, she's exhausted, she runs it past you about it, don't know who you are. You begin your elevator pitch. How can you give a well thought out plan? It's the well think out one. You have to come up with an elevator pitch and remember to utilize it when you have opportunities like that. It has to be brief, it has to be informative, and it has to remind the person of who you are. You give an elevator pitch, then you can follow that up with a follow-up letter. Nevertheless, these are some of your tools and some of your main tools that are needed to market your job search. Now, in order to execute a successful strategic job search plan, you will have to include identifying what it is that you want to do in your plan. What is that? Job title, employer, distance of work, whether you want to wear uniforms. Is it away from the children? Is it away from the hubby? Is it away from miles to take the distance? Is it too far? You need to identify what it is that is a priority for your lifestyle and your livelihood. That job search plan has to work for that. Then you will plan what it is that you are going to do in the job search. Distribute resumes, contact the hiring manager, go to LinkedIn, review their profile, join the groups that they are in, seek industry knowledge. Then you are going to build your plan. You're going to build it. Action, distribution of the job search marketing tools, contacting employers, interviewing. That would be your action. Feedback, you're going to document. Document everything that you do during your job search so that you are able to know what it is that works for your strategy, for your job search plan. Don't forget to market yourself. Then follow up. You're going to follow up with the hiring managers, the companies, until you are hired. You're going to stay on their mind. That resume, that job interview, your letters will stay on their minds, and that's your plan. Remember, you're going to create a strategic career plan. We went over what it takes to create a strategic career plan. You need planners, calendars, notebook paper, writing paper, paper bag. I don't care what you use. You need to write down what it is that the different resources and tools that you need, what you need to interview, what you need to create, what type of resume. Is it for a resource coordinator in education or a early childhood teacher? You need to create a strategic create job search marketing tools. Remember that resume, that cover letter, the reference sheet, where you list at least 3 references to verify who you are, give character witnesses to personal and work relations, and then other documents. Here we will discuss a brief definitions of each, which is resume, cover letter, reference sheet, tips and techniques, salary negotiations, job fairs and networking events, devices, elevator pitch. Step 3, print plenty of job search marketing tools. You are going to take that document, and if you need physical copies for an interview, print additional copies, plenty of copies. If you are submitting it by email, you have to make sure that you have a USB drive to copy or to save that document on a file and be able to upload it and send it to the person who is making the hiring decisions. So either way it go, you need plenty of job search marketing tools, and you need them on hand, whether it's in USB or on paper. Meet with a certified professional resume writer or a career, life, or business coach. Professional resume writers are online. I am a certified professional resume writer. I ran my business with and without it. And of course, I am big on certification and education and having credentials to back up my career choices. And so you want to seek out someone who is not just selling you fluff, but who definitely has a strategic plan, and not just saying that they specialize in job search strategy. They have to be able to tell you and show you what your strategy and plan is, and that includes verbally telling you and placing it on paper. A career, life, and business coach comes in at um, the work-life balance of whether it's career and life, or career, life, and business, or life and business, or career and business. It gives you a work-life balance of to help you remove barriers, as well as set goals, and then hold you accountable to your goals that you need to accomplish and move in order to move forward. Back. We are now on step 5, and you're going to research employers and industries of your choice. Remember that employers and industries and your industry have a trail. They have, a history. The hiring manager and for instance, the company might be a company that is constantly overturning new employees. That means that they're always getting fired, or they're constantly quitting. That lets you know that the company is not a good fit for anyone. That means management is poor, salary is not good, something is going on. Co-workers, they're hiring a mess of co-workers, paying them low wages who are not taking their job serious, or it's just something that's going on. Sometimes in the past I have utilized those type of companies to get in, make money, and to leave. But you have to be very careful with that, because you can get wounded in the process or damaged in the process, and things might not turn out well. But researching a hiring manager to see what it is that they are looking for, their degrees, their education, their specialty, you will be able to present yourself in an interview and get that hiring manager's attention and awareness of you. You'll have something to relay or be able to relate to with her or he. Step 6. You're going to select qualified job titles and industries. A lot of people make a huge mistake in applying for positions that they are not qualified for. And if we step back to step 5, remember I said getting your foot in the door and going in and kind of uh, working, and you're really not you work to get a position just for money, for the bread and butter. But I recommend to select qualified job titles and industries that you are qualified for, rather than going in and you are not a fit or you don't know anything about the job, which would cost the company money, cause your employers anguish, cause the production or the services to decline, because they now have to train you, even though you stated that you were qualified, or they have to hire someone else to fill in. And hiring costs are very, very expensive, because they have to pay people to train you. And meanwhile, you just wasted what, 3 months trying to pretend that you were qualified and you actually weren't. And now they wasted 6 months of of production and services where their revenue is probably stagnated. Their office goals are stagnated, if not declining. So be very careful with selecting job titles and industries, and make sure that you are qualified to do so. Step 7, review interview tips, questions, and an interview attire. Perform mock interviews for practice. You cannot go wrong with reviewing interview tips, looking over those boring questions. They're not boring when you're sitting in front of a hiring manager or decision maker and you go into brain freeze and you can't think and you are nervous and you can't answer those questions. If you practice, you will build up your stamina, you will build up your confidence, you will build yourself up in order to meet with them, and you'll get over those bumps that you thought were difficult. Look over the possibilities of the questions. Know your jargon, know your industry jargon, know your resume. Step 8. Devise a plan to distribute your resumes and cover letters, video resumes, and other job search marketing tools. Your devices. You can utilize your smartphone, your desktop, laptop, what else? Your tablet, by going online, social media. You can go to the library to use their devices, borrow a device, whatever it takes to get your job search marketing tools out. Your distribution, email, remember, snail mail, hand delivery, faxing, email are ways of distribution of your job search marketing tools. Don't forget to keep. Step 9, attend networking events, job fairs, seminars, workshops, and other career-related events. Right now, you can begin to schedule, or keep in mind that those are activities that will be needed to successfully job hunt. And because we are switching into a complete social media era where everything will be virtual. Literally everything will be virtual. And right now we are going through things that don't seem normal. A lot of things are changing. Before COVID, Microsoft had plans to not even create another operating system past Microsoft 10. There will be no Microsoft 10 XP, Microsoft Home. He said that this is it. He believes that this is the perfect operating system, and that he can build from Microsoft 10. A lot of people that are not in the tech world they don't know that. And the plan was by 2020 or 21. And remember, you had to convert to, what is it, 10 for free in 2018. And if you didn't, you will have to pay for it afterwards. So you have to be up on what is going on in our changing world of technology, where we're not going backwards, we're going forward. So you now have to teach job hunting to your children, technology to those who did not want to utilize it, uninterested in it, those who only had the phone for calling friends and relatives. There are people that job hunting online is new to them, because in the past they had positions before any crisis or any layoffs or any downsizing or working from home. Remember, they had a job, and now they have to figure out how to work and maneuver their new job hunt or career hunt via social media. 10. Know your value and worth. I cannot stress it enough. What's your value and what's your worth? Those hidden assets that we discussed. The accomplishments, helping a company stock more, or devising an efficient plan to file, or a filing system, distributing items in a timely manner. That's your value. That's what you're bringing to the table, your assets, the ability to do that, the ability to manage, the ability to supervise, the ability or the quantity or the dollars made, the dollars sold, the dollars bringing in, the dollars, just know your value and worth with your education, with your certifications. Know who you are, because they don't and they won't. So when you do interview and you negotiate your salary, you have to know your value and your worth. And always follow up to all interviews, companies, and persons you have distributed your job search marketing tools to. And when you do so, know your value and worth. Thank you for completing this course. There is an assessment here that I would like for you to go over on your time. Go over each question. Write down the answers in your journal, your calendar, piece of paper, whatever you have. You're going to answer the questions and begin your job search. And you can let me know how the steps went in your life. Let me know how the course actually help to make you a better job seeker, a better job hunter. I'm going to summarize a few things of this mini course. Some of the things you should have learned in this course is that you need a strategic plan to be successful at job hunting, and that you should pay special attention to the types of job search marketing tools that are needed. You also have learned that you need to create plenty of documents, and which types, and how this will help to optimize your hunt. What is important during the job hunt, as well as the steps needed to complete a guided plan. I also recommend you complete or continue with the full strategy to get ahead of the competition. Congratulations, students, on successfully completing the mini course. This is a mini course of the complete full 101 strategic job search marketing strategy. You can find this course and other career, life, and startup entrepreneurship courses at LMJohnsonCoaching.com, as well as the Roku channel, LM Johnson Coaching. Don't forget to allot plenty of time for your job search strategies and follow the rules and requirements of the job description. Remember to stay safe. Know your value and worth. You can find the complete guided strategy and more how-to and motivational content within the book,